You're listening to Where You Live with Gene and Tony.
We're back. This is Where You Live with Gene and Tony. We're broadcasting live from the Concierge Landscape Studios, and we're brought to you by Extreme Exteriors. Let's hear now from the Community Associations Institute. This CAI Minute is brought to you by Start to Finish Maintenance Contractors. Start to Finish provides 24-hour service for all of your home and business maintenance needs. Call Start to Finish at 952-259-1219 for your home, for your business, and for your peace of mind.
Are you a member of the Community Associations Institute? For nearly 40 years, CAI has provided education and resources to volunteer homeowners who govern community associations and the professionals who support them. Visit caionline.org to learn more. That address again is caionline.org. CAI helps community association board members by providing online resources, in-person training, and hard copy publications written by association management experts. CAI offers community managers professional development, networking opportunities, and a certification program that's established as the industry standard nationwide. Minnesota has its own chapter of the Community Associations Institute to bring resources and tools from community associations around the country right to your home. Visit CAIMN.com to learn more and become a member of CAI today. Your community and management company will benefit from your involvement. Join the Community Associations Institute today at CAIMN.com and click on Membership.
We've had a great program today, haven't we, Gene?
Yes, we
and
have.
Really made so by our callers. Mm-hmm. We heard from Brooks, Saul, and Colleen today, and we want to thank you for those calls because, man, it really livens up the program. Mm-hmm. We were talking before the break about this proposed legislation in Texas to accept alternative forms of payment. For example, personal property.
I appreciate the effort, I guess, of
the creative thinking is good. I mean, you got to think outside the box.
Yes, but I don't know how serious this can be looked at because each issue has a number of difficulties. If you've just joined us here in this last segment, a Texas representative said that instead of the HOA foreclosing, perhaps they ought to work something out by taking the personal property of the homeowner because there's value there. Mm-hmm. And he said, isn't that what happens with other creditors? Don't they take other people's property? Our point last segment was, but the property they're taking is the property that was collateralized that loan.
Right. So. I'm going to try this with Bank of America. When my payments due, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I got a bag of clothes I was going to take to the Salvation Army. But would you maybe accept those instead?
Yeah. You know, the problems, of course, here are, number one, there's going to be a disagreement on what people think the value of that personal property item is.
And there's difficulty. You have to convert those items to cash somehow because I guarantee you the HOA is not going to be able to use that plasma TV to pay their grounds contractor.
Yes.
Do you think?
Yeah. Instead of money, we're going to give you 3 toasters, a Barca lounge, and an old TV that'll still work if you got it hooked up with the box.
If you hold on to the antenna while you're
with the rabbit ears, yeah. It's not going to work. We're not a society that lives by bartering anymore.
We're not.
So,
but their other's idea, someone else's idea was community service as a means to repay the homeowners association. What do you think about that?
You know, that's an interesting idea. I've actually known an association that did that. I knew a condominium association that one person was behind in their dues, and the association needed to have the hallway carpets restretched because you know how after they've been shampooed and over time they are kind of
they get loose and wrinkly. Yeah.
Well, this guy, his business was that of installing carpet.
Okay.
In this particular case, he was able to show that he was licensed, insured, and he did that in exchange for the money that he had owed the association. In that particular case, that worked out very well. I don't know that we need state legislation to encourage that because
good point.
Realistically, I think most associations are thinking of what they can do. I don't think sometimes people appreciate the agony that a board goes through. They don't
Yeah.
want to spend good money after bad
That's
if it's
right.
not going to bring any money in collecting.
That's right. They're really in a between a rock and a hard place, because if someone's not paying their dues, their leverage, their power is to foreclose on the home. But in this market, in today's economy, that means they may be sitting holding this empty home for some time. If it can't be sold.
My concern with the servitude idea, though, is that on the whole, is that I think you could find yourself really disappointed in the level of service that you're going to receive.
The quality of the work.
Yeah, a lot of people feel, and I don't know why, but everybody thinks that they can run a restaurant. Everybody thinks that they can run a painting company. It's
all you need is a brush.
That's right. A brush and a ladder, and I'm good to go. But I'm here to tell you that I know that you can have someone who would paint, and homeowners would turn around and say, we're not happy with this, and you allowed this person to not pay their dues.
Yeah.
How about if the issue is they're willing to paint, but the association really doesn't need any painting?
Yeah.
What are you going to have them do?
Yeah.
There's some issues. What if they're not insured and they get hurt on the property? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Do you know the liability that the association would open themselves up to?
So we really encourage, or I encourage these kind of creative thinking and services. That's not a totally bad idea. Like you said, if someone is experienced, they have a business, they have insurance, and they can provide a service that the association would otherwise have to pay for, it might make sense. But you're absolutely right. Why does the state have to legislate this?
Yeah, I really don't think that this is a typical case of something that I think is not necessary. These types of things are going on. That is reality in a homeowner association. Boards are looking at everything that they can do in effective ways and methods. And a number of times I find them coming up with some of the most creative solutions themselves.
Yep.
Well, that looks like about all the time that we have for today. Folks, we appreciate you listening. We hope you'll join us again next Sunday. For all our callers, thank you for making it a special show today as well. Have a great Sunday, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on Where You Live with Gene and Tony.